Bahama, getting off the Chesapeake, getting into Deltaville, Virginia. Yeah, there's not supposed to be a window in my sail. Let's see if we can get that fixed. Welcome to Stir Crazy Sailing and Adventures. I'm Dennis. I left a career I enjoyed to pursue the activities that I love, with the aim of single-handing a sailboat from Lake Michigan to the Caribbean. I expect some success and some failure along the way, but that's part of the adventure. I'll also share with you how I try to stay healthy and fit as I go. Having you along will make this trip even more fun. Thanks for joining me. Check out how narrow this little dredged channel is in Deltaville, Virginia. Sweet Virginia. Nice to be here. Yeah. It reminds me of Leelanau, Michigan. Anybody who's ever had to go into Leelanau knows you have to go next to the beach practically to get into the marina there. And here it's very similar. Yeah, keep the red on the right. Whoa, whoa. All right. Hopefully another boat doesn't come by. If it's bigger than a rowboat, we're going to have issues. If it's bigger than a paddleboard, we're going to have a tight squeeze. Fun, fun. Very cute entrance to this town. I'll bet it's very sweet. Removing the sail on the water, it's kind of necessary. I'm trying to stay out of marinas, and so I think I can drop this at the city dock and then have the nice local sail repair company come over and pick it up. Deltaville, Virginia happens to be an optimal location for me to take care of this sort of thing. I'm getting close to the Intracoastal and then some sailing after that in a few of the sounds. So I'd like to get my sails straightened out, of course, and this is the place to do it because it's such a great harbor. If I can straighten it out on land and get it ready for shipping. Yeah, I'm happy the local sail place will pick up. Thank you. I'm going to gush about Deltaville, Virginia for a while. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's like finding a good campground. Those of you who are campers, if you've hiked into a place and found it to really meet your needs and everything's great, off the beaten path, that's what it feels like. I don't know how to explain how cool it is to be in such a protected harbor where I am, with marinas around me, but they don't expect me to pull into them. As a matter of fact, they don't have room for me because they're so busy, which means that I can sit out here on the hook in a protected harbor for as long as I want. And if I want to go in and use the marina, use the showers and their Wi-Fi and use their dinghy dock so I can get to my bike and go get groceries, although they have a courtesy car. The courtesy car is an expedition. I can fill this thing up with who knows what. Awesome. It's $11 a day. This place is fantastic. Doug arrived by van, met me over there at that dock behind me, and then took the sail to his shop. So Stir Crazy's naked right now, and hopefully the folks tell me that my 20-plus-year-old sail is still repairable. I know one of these days in the next few years, I'm going to need to replace this sail, but I was hoping it's not quite yet. It's still crisp. It's not like a bed sheet, but I know that it's not anywhere near new either. Fortunately for me, Littell Sails had some time to take care of my repair quickly. I am so grateful. I love Deltaville, Virginia. Working on another glorious sunset here. After Hurricane Ophelia, the nights have just turned into beautiful, beautiful transitions. I mean, the sunsets here are amazing. There's not a ripple at all on this creek. This is Jackson Creek, and it really feels like two harbors. You want to be here. If you are a looper or you sail the East Coast and you're going to be in the Chesapeake Bay, you want to stop in Deltaville, Virginia. It's just amazing. There's no ritzy downtown. There are no shops. There are no art galleries here. But they have hardware store, auto parts store, gas station, coffee shop, grocery store, and gracious, helpful people. I feel like I've arrived in the South because the people here are so helpful. For $11, they'll say, act like you belong here and just anchor out. Jeez, this is the way to do business. I don't know how much the sail repair is going to cost me, but it's nice that I only have to pay a few bucks to get to my bike and get to town through the dinghy dock. Yeah. That's pretty cool. And there's a YMCA. People ask me, what is the most dangerous part of solo sailing? Well, you're looking at it. Riding my bike to the YMCA. But it's worth it. No place like the Y for a good workout. Thanks again for joining me. Being on the water sailing is an incredible experience. Choosing the right vessel is essential as well. That's a sea dog. I think this boat needs a guard dog too. It's sweet.
I bet you didn't know my boat had an alarm system.
This beautiful boat, Spitfire, is a Tartan 40 with a retractable keel. A Tartan 40 is another dream-worthy boat that Chris owns.
I flew up to New England to New England Boat Works in Newport, Rhode Island, and my two boys came up with me, my adult sons, and we bought it there and sailed it down together in Hampton Roads.
You sailed it from Newport, Rhode Island to here, just off the Chesapeake Bay, and that's a lot of ocean sailing. Do you have some experience doing that?
Yeah, I've done the Bermuda race a couple times. I was on the Naval Academy sailing team, so that was where I got most of my...
Naval Academy? The man definitely knows how to sail. Tartan is a higher quality boat? What's the best thing about owning this boat?
Yeah, so what I love in the Chesapeake, there's a lot of shallow water, and this has a swing keel, so it it's about 4 3/4 foot, but then it'll draw with the board down. It'll draw 8.5 feet. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, it's shallow here, that's for sure. So you've got the right boat. Again, this guy's busy. He's waxing his boat, but people have told me they want to see more boats. When I featured boats in Galesville, folks sent me comments that said more of that. So you're going to get more of that, Chris. I can't thank you enough.
Absolutely.
And thank you for your service.
It's a privilege.
All right, man. Moving from the more common, more accommodating, and more acquirable to something that is truly unique. Sure, lots of island packets out there, and some Valiants, and plenty of Catalinas and Benetos, of course. But man, this is something really rare. Look how beautiful this boat is. It's got a story too. Part of the story is that these busy decks are filled with material because this boat's getting ready to be put up for the winter in Virginia. Jeff and I were just talking about how much he loves this boat, and he said that loving it sort of comes and goes. This is the owner of this vessel, Jeff.
I'm owner. sometimes I wish I was just crew so I could walk away from all the problems.
Where are you from and where are you going?
Well, I'm from Port Townsend, and we left Port Townsend 5 years ago. Came down, the coast of the continent into Mexico, and we sort of timeshare between the boat and PT.
This vessel is really remarkable. What is it? I know that it's rare.
It's a Skarpsno 44. It was manufactured in Denmark someplace, and has real ship-like qualities to it. Things that you don't see on a normal cruising yacht. Crash bulkheads, pumping manifolds, tight frame steel ribbing on it. It was built for ice and rocks, and spent a fair amount of time in Patagonia with a prior owner.
You know, I'm just so impressed by this boat. I mean, every once in a while I come across something that's really just beautiful, and now I've got a better story as to why it's so beautiful. It's just fantastic. Jeff, thanks a lot.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Really appreciate your time. Thanks for making the time. From the beautiful boats in Deltaville to the beautiful community that is Deltaville.
We really do have more boats than people.
Deltaville, Virginia.
Deltaville, Virginia.
What's great about Deltaville, Virginia? Let's ask Jim.
You can't beat the moonrise and sunrise over the Chesapeake Bay.
That is true. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is true.
With my sail repaired, it is back on the boat and ready to be placed back on the boom and the mast. Takes me about 3 hours to put the sail on my own, and to fiddle with all the little systems. I like the Dutchman system, the lazy jack system that Catalina has on its sails. The Dutchman system is pretty cool. It is a bit fiddly, but you know, all of them are. My reef point here has been repaired. Thank you, Evolution / Littell Sails in Deltaville, Virginia, for getting that done in just a few days. I appreciate it. I can pack up, provision, and then head down to Norfolk and into the ICW for a little while. Deltaville also has one really cool marina side restaurant that's romantic and a perfect place for watching the world go by. Deltaville. I like it. I've got affection for it. There's a great connection for me with it. I just can't put my finger on the right word. I know, it's silly. With my newly repaired sail back on the boat and adventure calling, it was time to bounce my way out of the slip and a bit of wind and try to back up the boat past a very narrow passage near a very wide catamaran. And much to the relief of the owner, I decided I couldn't make it. Went ahead. All right, no harm, no foul. Turned around and then made it out through that narrow passage without incident. Next came a great sailing day and very strong wind, but I was confident with my newly repaired sail, and I really enjoyed myself making my way south toward Norfolk, Virginia, and the entrance to the Intracoastal Waterway. Thanks again for joining me. I'll be back with another video just as soon as time permits. Hey, I appreciate you being aboard and being part of the crew. I'm grateful for all the new subscribers lately, as well as you folks who've stuck with me for most of the adventure. I'll see you as soon as I can. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and share with your friends. I'll see you soon.